How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So the markets had one heck of a comeback today. The S&P and the Dow went up 0.3%. The NASDAQ 100 broke even, and the Russell went down about 0.9%. Not the best day for small caps, but overall, pretty solid day. And in this video, we're going to break down some charts, my thoughts on the markets, stocks I'm looking at right now. So sit back, relax, go down below, snag your $50 from M1 Finance. Check out my Patreon as well if you want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, a morning update video every single day, and more access to me throughout the day. All of that's on Patreon, linked right down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So we saw one heck of a comeback today, and if you guys were watching the markets earlier, more in the middle towards the beginning of the day, you saw how we were pulling back. On the 20-day chart here on SPY, which tracks the S&P 500, you guys should know that by now, we saw a pullback towards that 180 SMA, which has held over the past couple of weeks, pretty much on every pullback that SPY saw. We pulled back this morning again. We held it like clockwork, and then boom, on the intraday chart, you guys can see pretty much at about 11 a.m. on the East Coast, we bottomed out, and we saw an epic rally from 442.87, which was the low of the day, all the way to 447.25, about a 1% move from 11 a.m. to the end of the day, so the last 5 hours of trading, and we ended up hitting an all-time high right at the market close at $447.25. And that just goes to show the strength of the overall market. Just when you think things are going to sell off, boom, we get a massive rally, again about a 1% push in the last 5 hours of trading, and we got to all-time highs. I mean, what else can I say? It was one heck of a recovery there. And for the Dow, or not the Dow, we don't cover the Dow. We used to cover the Dow every single video, but you guys were letting me know in the comments, just cover SPY and QQQ, and that's what I've been doing for the past couple of months, and it's been working out. So QQQ, on the flip side, let's see what that did. It's trying, it's fighting, it's clawing tooth and nail at that 369 level, and we're still struggling. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know I've been saying 369 has been a sticking point, not only from last week, not only from the week before last week, but also from the end of July. I mean, it's been a sticking point, guys. You can see clearly, ever since the end of July, 23rd of July to be exact, we haven't really broken out of that point, and that's what I'm thinking, obviously is the next big wall or resistance, whatever you want to call it, to where if we break that point, QQQ is going to go crazy. Whether it goes 375, 380, I'm not sure, but I think it's going to go bananas if it ends up breaking out of there. And you guys can see the V-shaped recovery that we saw today. QQQ went from 368 in the morning, right at market open pretty much, all the way down to 363. Then we rallied all the way to 369 in the last 5 hours of the day, which was roughly a 1.4% move, which is pretty solid if you ask me. And now we're looking to test again 369. So for tomorrow and for the whole week, quite honestly, I want to see if we break out of there into the 370s and we end up hitting an all-time high and doing something like this as I'm drawing here with my trend line tool. So I'm going to set my alert at 360, maybe 369.50. We'll put one there, and then maybe we'll put another one at 370. Let's just put two here to keep a very close eye on QQQ. So what do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to smash that like button. And the reason why the markets were selling off, I mean, I talked about this in my video earlier, but if you guys missed it, I'll just talk about it very quickly right now. We saw that potentially we're seeing slowing growth, especially over there in China with the Delta variant running rampant. And by the way, we got a 4-month high, I believe that was today or yesterday, when it comes down to the CV cases here in the United States. And slowing growth in China kind of hurt the U.S. stock market in a sense. We got data that showed Chinese economic growth slowing more than expected. China's retail sales increased by 8.5% in July year over year, below the 11.5% forecast from economists polled by Reuters. Online sales gained just 4.4% for the month on the manufacturing sector in the country. Industrial production increased by 6.4%, below the 7.8% consensus estimate. So we got some slowing growth over there in China. And again, that kind of messed up the markets here in the morning. But like we clearly saw from the technical breakdown in the beginning of this video, we ended up rallying for the rest of the day, last 5 hours, and bulls pretty much took over again. So one thing that could be worrisome or worth watching over the next couple of weeks is obviously the Delta, the CV cases, all of that stuff, and the slowing growth. I want to see in the next couple of quarters what big tech earnings are going to look like here in the U.S. We have obviously Facebook, Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, and I want to see these big tech Chinese companies. What are they going to be doing? You know, Alibaba is one that I've been buying as of late. In fact, I bought more Alibaba today. We got to look at Baidu, Tencent, JD, and the list goes on. So, again, what do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below. I'd love to know your thoughts as always. And without further ado, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video and talk about some stocks. Number one is Roblox, ticker symbol RBLX. They just reported earnings today, and the stock's not looking too great. In fact, we went down 5% at the close, so 5% red day today, and the stock is down another $3.50 after market hours, which if I pop up the intraday chart, that is another 5% from where we closed. So overall, Roblox is down a whopping 10% on the day if we're looking at opening price to where we are now after hours, which is not good whatsoever. And they reported EPS that was better than the estimate. Excuse me, guys. EPS came in at negative 25 cents versus negative 40 cents. So that beat. Revenue came in at $454.1 million, which was about a double, actually more than a double from what we saw last year. Last year it was $200.39 million for the same quarter. So year over year, that's more than a double, which is nice. And we saw quarter two daily active users at 46.6 million, which is up 28.7, or actually no, just 28% flat year over year. And hours engaged, which I'm assuming is just being on the app, playing the games, and just being on the screen, came in at 3.8 billion. Holy crap, 3.8 billion hours engaged, and that's up 22% year over year. So I'm not sure why the stock is cratering. Maybe it has something to do with those daily active user numbers. Maybe they're not up to par or as good as what people were expecting, and that kind of makes sense considering the economy's been opening up. But then again, there's a lot of gamers out there that they don't care if it's, you know, sunny and beautiful out, pandemic, no pandemic, rain, sleet, hail, snow. They're going to be gaming regardless. And I believe a lot of the Roblox users are like that. But who knows? Maybe some of them stop playing as much now that the economy's been opening up. But who knows, man? I mean, now that we might be shutting down again, I hope we don't. But it's a reality that we have to consider. Roblox could be a winner in the next couple of quarters. I mean, you got to keep that in mind. So RBLX is clearly under the moving averages. We're clearly still trading in this wedge, higher lows, lower highs, all that good stuff. So I want to see if we get a relief rally, maybe at about $73, $74, $75, up towards the mid to low 80s. That'd be a decent move in my opinion. Tesla also dropped the ball today. Tesla went down 4 4.3%. Not the best day whatsoever for the stock. And the federal vehicle safety regulators out there have launched a formal investigation into Tesla's autopilot system following a series of fatal crashes that have left at least 17 people injured and 1 dead. And the truth is, this is tragic. It's sad. Things are not going to be perfect, especially with a brand new technology like autopilot. There's no way in heck there's going to be no injuries or fatalities. That's just the reality. I mean, take it or leave it, guys. That's the reality. There's going to be bumps in the road. Let's just put it that way in terms of Tesla getting to the point where their autopilot is dialed in, it's perfect, it's ready to go. Even then, there's going to be injuries and fatalities. I mean, look at regular cars, not just Tesla. We're talking Toyota, Honda, whatever. Even though they don't have autopilot, I get that. That's kind of a difference. I mean, it is. But there's fatalities in all different types of cars. So at the end of the day, it's impossible for there not to be injuries, for there not to be a problem there. But obviously Tesla as a business is looking to perfect this to the best of their ability and to keep it as safe as possible. And now we're getting a formal investigation, which is hurting the stock a bit. Again, down about 4% or $31 per share to be exact. And it was a lot of news when it comes to Tesla today regarding that. And with the technicals here, I think this dip is pretty solid. We're trading under the 50 SMA, but we're not trading under the 180. In fact, buyers came in and made Tesla stock hold that 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. And I believe if we break back over, let's say 690 to 695, which is very possible, that was resistance all throughout the end of June into July, into the end of July a bit. I think if buyers push this thing above there, we might fill the gap towards 720, 725, 730, which is literally just where we were last week as the dust settles over the next couple of trading days. I believe that could happen. So I'm going to set my alert for Tesla at maybe 690. We'll put it right there at $690 per share. And I'm looking at UNH, United Health. This is another one that I believe is tuning up pretty nicely. We went up almost 2% today. We broke above both moving averages here on the 4-hour chart, and we solidified a higher low in the $404 range. Now with the next big target being about $425, which was resistance earlier in August, middle towards the end of July, and back in the beginning of May. So I think there could be a move from 417 maybe to 425 as early as this week, and that could give it anywhere from about 2 to 3% upside from here. And I talk about ascending triangles a lot here on the YouTube channel, guys, and this, to me at least, looks like an ascending triangle. Clear resistance at 425, but we're uptrending into that resistance, squeezing deeper and deeper towards it. So if we end up ripping out of there, who knows? UNH could go 430, 435, 440. That is definitely possible. And I do have a video coming out here on Thursday where I'm going to talk more about how you can make money swing trading stocks. It's about a 15-minute video. You guys are going to love it. So make sure you keep in tune for that. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss that video. A very important video coming out soon. And BAC, Bank of America, is another one that I'm personally looking at right now. We broke out of the ascending, or actually no, this is an interesting pattern here. We have a clear head and shoulder. Well, we had. And now take a look at what happened. We broke out of the neckline, right? Clear neckline at about 40, 41 bucks on this head and shoulder. And now we're moving above the moving averages. And again, above that neckline, which is pretty much a breakout of the head and shoulder. And now we're noticing a golden cross as well, the 50 crossing above the 180 SMA. And we're pulling back towards the moving averages. So in my opinion, now that BAC is going down to test the neckline as support, down about 0.8% today, and it's testing the moving averages as well. Maybe buyers step in here. Big maybe. It's yet to be determined, and we're going to be watching it for the rest of this week. And let's say, for example, BAC, buyer step in at 41, 40, 50, 40, 80, wherever it happens. This could end up rallying towards the resistance of the head in the head and shoulder pattern, which would give it anywhere from, 4, 5, 6% upside from where we are right now. So watch out for Bank of America and MARA. MARA. This is another one that I'm looking at. We got a clear pullback from we were just at 38 last week. Now we're at 32, down about 12, 13%. So not too shabby of a profit for us swing traders to come in and potentially grab. We're noticing a golden cross here. The 50s crossing above the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. And on this pullback of about 13%, we are maintaining support above the 50 moving average. So if buyers step in at 33, or let's say we break the 50 SMA, go down to 29.30, buyers step in right around the 180 SMA. Either or could happen, guys. I think buyers are going to step in, especially with Bitcoin now back in this bull mode, crypto in general. I think this could end up testing those highs at $38 again, maybe even going up to test the highs at $39.40, which is where we failed back in the end of April. So you guys can see this is finally starting to get out of its consolidation zone. We're breaking out, and it's healthy. I mean, it's healthy for stocks to pull back during their breakout mode. So it makes sense to me that we're seeing this. Now we just have to be patient and see where buyers are going to step in. And another one that's just been slaughtered, guys. This was a $60 stock a couple months ago. Now it's a $40 stock. Upwork, UPWK. This one's down 35%, so it's well in a bear market, guys. Remember, if a stock goes down 10 to 20%, or anything above 20%, it's down 20, 25, 30%, that is considered a bear market. And again, Upwork is down 35%, well in a bear market. It's trading under the moving averages. We're seeing a death cross here on the 4-hour chart. So I want to see if we end up potentially, and this is still a falling knife, so it's a bit shaky still, a bit risky, but I want to see if we potentially hold $40. You can see here on the 4-hour and on the yearly chart, that is an uptrend, or not the uptrend, but where it should hold if the uptrend wants to continue. And I'd like to see it break back over 45. 45 is that 180 SMA resistance here on the yearly chart. So I'm actually going to put my alert right at $45 for now and watch what it does above there. If we start peaking above 45, going mid-high 40s, that is going to be a good sign, in my opinion, with volume kicking in, of course, which now volume's been depleted the past couple of weeks. But if we get the kick up in volume over 45 into the high 40s, mid 40s, that is where I believe we'll slowly start filling the gap towards the low mid 50s, and from there maybe back up to the high 50s, low 60s. And again, this one's down 35%, so don't expect it to make that move in a week or two. I mean, this is going to take time. You guys saw what happened last time it hit 65, went down to 34, 35, 40. It took, look, from $35 back in the middle of May. It didn't hit 65 again till the middle of July, and that was a heck of a move. So 2 months. So don't be surprised if it takes 2-3 months for this to go from 45 to, let's say, 55, 60. If it even gets there, we don't know if it's going to get there, but it might, and that's why we're watching it. And again, we have to be patient. So the last stock for today is NVAX, ticker symbol NVAX, also known as Novavax Inc. And this one went down about 11% today, so not the best day. But I'm looking at this as a potential dip buy. This looks very bullish, quite frankly. We're noticing a clear break above the moving averages as of late, the golden cross as well. And now that we pull back 11%, buyers are stepping in right around 220. And that's huge because 220 was resistance all throughout middle of June, early July, mid-July, late July, and even in the beginning of August. So yeah, 220, buyers are stepping in. It's holding the 50 SMA. We're seeing a golden cross on the 4-hour, like I said. So I think Novavax, we might be able to get a push back from 228 now, where it is not pre-market, aftermarket, maybe up towards 245, 250. Which is where it struggled last week and also a couple months ago, back in March, a little bit in April, and in the middle of June. So I think there could be a move coming here on Novavax. So I'm going to put my alert at 230 to try and see if we can catch that. And overall, guys, look, that's it. We could talk all day. Believe me, guys. If I can make these videos an hour, my voice will be shot, don't get me wrong, but I could probably do it. We could talk about so many more. And if you guys stuck till the end, let me know in the comments that you did. Say stuck till the end, or drop the octopus emoji, whatever. And there's a lot of bonus ones, like SoFi. I'm looking at adding more to my position here that I got beat down today. Chewy's one that I'm looking at now that it's down 4%, trying to bounce off that 50 SMA on this 4-hour chart. We talked about Apple in the video earlier. Now Apple's breaking out since that video, which is awesome. Netflix is one that I'm also watching for a potential move up towards the mid to high 500. So we could talk all day long about these stocks. And yeah, we really could. That's the truth. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment down below, and check out my Patreon. If you guys want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, a morning update video, and more access to me, plus a bunch of exclusive content, all of that's on Patreon, link down below, or you can go to StasserFest.com/Patreon. That's StasserFest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also snag up your $50 from M1 Finance. Limited time. I think it expires in September, so get that $50. All you have to do is use my link and deposit $100 and get your 2 stocks from Webull up to $1,600, also with a $100 deposit. Both of those are linked down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll pop it up here. Check it out. It's a video I made earlier. I'll see you there. Keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace out.